the parole officer would come to my sister's house. When I started working at Fat Farm, I went to my parole officer. I said, look, I want to tell you what I've been doing. I want to fucking tell you. I want to tell you I'm doing something so good. It's so big. It's so good. I'm the fucking manager of Fat Farm, Russell Simmons. Yeah. He said, listen, whatever it is, if it's good, but it breaks the rules, don't tell me. I'm gonna have to lock you up. I don't know, I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Money conversations, we've been making business moves. Contemplating how to get it, need to get in tune. Different topics, we got options, you can pick and choose. If more income ain't the outcome, gotta switch the mood. We tryna help you to improve, thanks for asking. Road to riches, speak on broker days and past tense. Wealthy habits, lately I just wanna stack chips. Took a risk and we been running up a bag since. G-Vast Quest, quick to make a couple G's. Detox, spitting knowledge, put you on your feet. Bug out, got the plate, make sure to pray before you eat. At the table with the winners, come and take a seat.
Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? For the next episode of Thanks for Asking, we got my man Malik Barnhardt, right? Barnhardt, am I saying it right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we met him when we came last time with my man Luke. We was in the studio with Sticky and Malik, so we started vibing, we got cool and all that. But anyway, D-Talk, start the show, bro.
Round of applause, man. We still in Cali, we still doing our thing, and we still getting right. Yo, Malik, what up, my guy, man?
What's happening?
God damn, baby, you looking good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
The drip is right, you know what I'm saying? The drip is right, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling this, the get up, man.
I'll put something together.
That's what that is. You just wake up and say, just wake up, man, you know.
Malik's good looking, though, coming through,
thanks
man.
for having me, you know what I mean?
Whoa, for real, man, for real.
Word.
This, you know, we appreciate this because you don't have to do this.
That's a fact.
You know
We've been anywhere else.
For real.
We glad you're here with us.
For real,
We here,
man.
come on,
For
salute.
real. Salute, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Cheers, Prime.
No
Prime,
doubt.
we got Prime
Yes.
on the board.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But before we even get into acting, man, what was it like growing up?
I grew up Newark, New Jersey. Growing up was dope. It was fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't like now with the challenges now. Like
Yeah.
I grew up in the 70s, like, you know, so it was fun. It was, you know.
Did you grow up before hip hop?
Not necessarily. No. You know, nah. Well, you know what? For me, I discovered hip hop with Run DMC. It wasn't Kool Herc and all, you know, I wasn't that deep. I probably was hearing that, but I was a kid.
Yeah.
Run DMC caught my attention, like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah. But it was fun. It was cool. It was good. We played football in the street. All the normal shit. Played Army men, Star Wars men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Joe. Well, I don't know if you did G.I. Joe.
I did join a gang. I'm not talking about as a little kid. I did join a gang. You know what I mean? That was because my older brother, he was in the gang. He was in the avenues, so I joined the baby squads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we was doing dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just to be a part of something.
It wasn't until I became a teenager that I got more involved in the streets and shit. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by involved in the street?
Word.
Well, I'll tell you like this.
Choir reminds me.
That's a fact.
As young as 5 years old, I can remember I wanted to be an actor. 5 or 6.
5?
Yeah, because I was in this play in school, and you know I had 2 lines. We was doing the Wiz, and I had the 2 lines. I was a munchkin. Is she dead? And you know that live interaction. It was, you know, it was gratifying at the time. It made me feel special.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because really, the older kids had the big roles, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I was in the 2nd grade, so, not second, well.
5, it's like first grade.
First grade.
Or maybe going into
5, 6, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe I thought about it, I always say 5 or 6, but maybe it's probably more, realistically speaking, 7 or 8, maybe, something like that, you know what I'm saying? For as long as I can remember, put it that way. Because I used to romanticize with different things, like I used to act like I was in a movie all the time as a kid. I went to I was going to public school. 2nd grade, my mom's took me out. She put me in Catholic school, so we had to wear a uniform. So our uniforms was blue tie, white shirt. So I always thought I was in the Navy. Every time I was going to school, I was in the Navy. I was a captain. We was on a ship. We was inside, and then I could really visualize. It really felt real. You know what I mean? Like but I never told anybody.
Yeah.
It was like my secret.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when we started doing the plays, I really got involved, and I really like loved it. But this was the difference between now and then. Back then, I wasn't saying I wanted to be an actor, because that wasn't cool. You know what I mean? That wasn't the thing to say. I was already going to St. Mary's. Come on. You know what I mean?
Now you talking, you want to be a thespian? Yeah, okay.
But really, there were no role models. There was really there was like Leroy from Fame, Jesse on All My Children. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really like Denzel and all these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And acting seemed like a far, like, come on. Like, I was...
Yeah.
New York was a far stretch away. Now it's nothing. Hop, skip, and a jump. Back in it was a big deal. You planned to go to New York. You know what I mean? We going to the city today. You know what I mean?
Right, it's about to be fun.
So it was just something I wanted, but it was really like impossible. It was unattainable back then. So then I got involved in on the street shit at about 14 or 15, yeah. I mean, I'm jumping around, but yeah, about 14, 15. And at about 16, 17, I was going down south, you know what I mean, back and forth down south, got hemmed up. I got hemmed up? Yeah, I got locked up.
Oh.
I was, yeah,
What
I got
you
locked
doing, man?
I don't know, he got robbed or something?
No,
or somebody,
no, I was bringing I was trafficking shit down North Carolina, AC, and I got locked up in North Carolina. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got locked up in Jersey on Route 81st, Bergen County. Boom, 7 ounces. Yeah, get bailed out. A week later, I'm down in North Carolina. 2 waves. I'm locked up again.
Wow.
So boom.
Well, why did you got locked up in Jersey? What made you want to still take more drugs and go down south and distribute it down there? Like, you wasn't worried about the case you had up here, or?
Well, the whole connect was down south. Everything was about going down south. Me getting locked up in Jersey first was about going back down, taking it down south. And then when I was out on bail, this is the thing they don't tell you in the street books. They don't tell you this. That you start making money, or even if you're not making money, however you living, you this is what you're doing, right? So you got expenses like a regular job. The rent still gotta be paid, the car, all this shit. And guess what? When I got locked up, I wanted to fucking I wanted to quit because it was stressful because I got locked up because I didn't want to get locked up again. After I got locked up the second time, I didn't want to get locked up again, but I had no choice. I had to keep hustling because I had to pay these 2 lawyers. And I would pay, every month I would give both of the lawyers dough so they could postpone my case a month. Postpone. And I was just hustling to pay them. And I was mad stressed out. Nothing was fun no more. And one time I had my cousin, and I had somebody call us, it was like drop BM at 325. We going down to Raleigh, because it was in Raleigh, but I was going to court in Raleigh. So boom, we go to Raleigh, we party, doing all this shit. And the next day I go to see the lawyer because I'm going to court. And he's like, and when I get in there, I'm kind of like, jolly. I'm like, up, you know what I mean? Feeling good.
Yeah.
Got a lawyer. He's like, and he was so serious. He's like, we're starting trial today. But I didn't know how I
trial?
Yeah, like that threw me off.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like, we're starting trial today. You're facing 44 years. And he was so like stern and like strict. He wasn't smiling shit. And my heart went down. I was like, oh shit, like this is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I called my mother, you know what I'm saying, to tell her.
Mom.
And my cousin, we went in the courtroom, and I gave my cousin my dough, and I gave him the keys. Now, he's not the driving type to be driving back and forth. He was like, fuck, you know what I mean? He was hoping I didn't get locked. So the lawyer managed to postpone everything. And then that was my first court date going down to North Carolina, and that's when he started telling me, like, you give me $1,000 every month, I'll postpone it. And then it was to the point where he couldn't postpone it. But what happened was, I got so stressed out with these 2 lawyers and just the cases, because I didn't have a long, this is the first time I got locked up. But I got locked up back to back in 2 weeks. And it didn't look good.
Yeah.
You know, 16 ounces. It was not nice. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I was 18. You know what I mean? And so what wound up happening was, I went to the lawyer and I made up my mind to turn myself in. Like, I wanted to turn myself in and start doing the time in North Carolina, because I wanted to get this shit over with.
Yeah.
And my lawyer was telling me I would do a month for a year. So he knocked it down to 44 years. He knocked it all the way down to 7. He said, you would probably do 7, 8 months on these 7 years. So I was like, all right, well, look, let me turn myself into the course and do the 7 months.
Yeah.
But they had passed a law that of course, it's always some shit, right?
Yeah.
That you had to do a certain percentage of that. You had to do half of that.
Man.
7 years. I had to do half of it.
Oh, so you did the 3.5.
I worked on 3.5, so I wound up doing 2.5. But while I was there, my court date for the Jersey, so it was in Jersey on Route 80. Then I got bailed out. Then I went down to North Carolina, got locked up. So boom, started doing the time in North Carolina. But I had to go to court for the Jersey thing. So I was going back and forth to court, and the sheriff would come get me, and they would drive me up to Jersey to go to court. And like sometimes we'd pick up another inmate and we'd be in the car. One time it was this girl, and we in there, and like it was so free that we could have played around, 'cause she was very, I mean, she was, you know, but nothing that happened because your mind ain't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As much as it seemed cool, because they took our handcuffs off. We went to the Waffle House, and he was like, one of them was like, look, I'm gonna take the cuffs off, the restraint shot off, but if you run, I'm gonna have to shoot you. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I ain't really want him to take them off. Like, you know what I mean? Keep the shits on.
Word.
So I wound up getting the time for Jersey, and it's a lot. I wound up getting the time for Jersey, and I wound up getting the time in Jersey. I came back, and then I got paroled from North Carolina, but Jersey came and picked me up. This time we flew in a plane. And this was the first time they took me to court, because I went to court like I think twice, and then they came and got me to take me to Jersey permanently, right? But the first 2 times was kind of fun, driving on the road, you know what I mean? Like the officers, you spending so much time with them that they become kind of like friendly and all that.
Yeah.
So this sheriff, when they came to get me to take me to Jersey, these guys, they were more serious. And they put me in the thing, they had me in the restraints things.
Yeah.
And we went to a store before because we were gonna catch a flight. I didn't know this. So we catching a flight. So we took me in a store, and I got the restraints on, the hands to the side like this, you know what I mean? And people standing next to me at first, and then somebody looked down, I see somebody tap somebody, and then they back all the way up. And then the wildest shit was walking through the airport with the restraints on, with these 2 sheriff officers. I was like, damn, this is what slavery felt like when they came, the bounty hunters came and got your ass, and take you back down to Virginia. I was like, this is exactly what this shit was. I was like, fuck. It came to me like that. And we got on the plane. I was sitting next to them, and I was like, you gonna take them off while we up on the plane? He's like, nope. I was like, what if we he's like, then you fucked. I was like,
God damn.
I guess we both fucked, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that was an experience in itself. Then went to Jersey and did 2.5, and then like was released in 96.
No, so you started,
From 91 to 96.
It's like a different world. What was that, like 5 years you did basically? It had to be a different world when you got out of jail.
It was, and it was a culture shock, because when I went in, I was really a kid that was living like an adult, but we was kids still. We wasn't, like before I went in, we weren't hanging in bars. You know, hanging in bars was the old heads. The old heads was hanging in bars and shit like, ain't hanging no fucking bars. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We outside.
All my friends, they was all hanging in the bars and kind of smoking cigarettes. And just, like, it was like shit did change. People grew up a little bit, you know, I was kind of still stuck. Nah, don't do that.
Oh,
Drink that funny drink. Nah, but people were like, they, you know, mind you, I was 24 turning 25 from you know, I was a teenager.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, shit did change, for sure, for sure.
So how'd you get into acting after that? Like, how'd you get into acting after that?
Okay, so I gotta go back. So when I was in Yardville, Bordentown, on Good Time, I started working on the street detail. You know what I'm saying? So we'd go to the state buildings, you know what I mean, and like move furniture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
State property, like them niggas said.
my
It's
God.
real shit. We go move furniture down Atlantic City, this, that, other. So then one day there was a seminar, and this building we always go to, I heard this dude, he was talking about Snoop Dogg. He was he was a black dude, he was talking to a bunch of white folks, and he was talking about rap, and he was talking about Snoop. And I was listening to him, and I was like, damn, that shit bullshit, what he's saying. What the fuck he talking about, right? I was like, he don't know what he's talking about. And the lady heard me say that. She inquired about, like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
So I started talking to her, and everything that I was saying to her was interesting. Like, she was, like, really into, like...
Who was it?
Just a random
This woman.
Oh, just a random, like,
She wasn't random because I seen her around, but I didn't work directly with her. We worked with this guy and this woman. I forget their names at this point.
This is why you're locked up.
This is why I'm locked up.
Okay.
On the details, we go to the state building. So these were state workers, and they were having a seminar, and they were talking about some rap thing. Now, the woman that asked me, she put the seminar together. So she was all about authenticity.
Yeah.
So something about me was authentic, and she wanted to know, like, why did I say that? Or what? And then boom, start asking me questions. So then I would see her after that. I would see her periodically, and she would, like, one time she asked me, because on that detail I meant you were short, like maybe 6 months, whatever. So she would ask me what I wanted to do when I got out, and I told her I wanted to be a dental assistant, because I heard about somebody being a dental assistant, and I thought that was kind of like a cool profession.
Yeah.
I didn't want to tell her I wanted to be an actor, because I thought that was like, that's too out
Out of too out of this world, like actor.
Yeah. So she really took an interest in me, and like she had went through the process to get a special visit with me, right? Now, I'm a novice, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking, oh, she wanna fuck me, or this or that. Now, I'm not even thinking like that. I'm really thinking like she's showing real interest in me. So, when she has a special visit with me, like, the superintendent was a female at the time. She came in the room where we had the special visit, and she was giving me this CD. This African, this musician is African, Ali Faraki, I forget. But she was giving me this CD of this African musician she wanted me to listen to. So the superintendent came in, she met her, boom, boom, boom. Everything was cool because she worked for the state. They both worked for the state. You know what I mean? She's worked, at the time it was there. Christy Whitman was the governor. So she was working like, she was like on some tier below the governor. She was high up. She was like, now, the superintendent, they kind of got jealous of this shit. I didn't know. Like, come on, you fucking, you nigger, what the fuck she in here with, two white women, you know what I mean? Like, fuck, she got interested in you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't see all of this happening, and neither does the woman, right? And so I go back to the, cause we were standing in this house outside the prison. You got Max behind the wall, and then you got Minimum, still like a gate, and then you got this Medium, was this house, and there was only about like 20 people in this house. And it was cool out, it was real cool. You know what I mean? It was very, very, no gate, nothing, laid back. So when I go back to the crib, to the thing from leaving the dorm, leaving the visit, internal affairs pull up in the cars, and they get me. They tell me to roll my shit. They search me. Everybody looking like, what's like? It's good. Hey, what's going on? All this shit. So they lock me up. I'm like, fuck. They locked me up because of having a what do you call it? Contraband, the CD. Like the fucking superintendent couldn't tell me I can have the CD right there.
Yeah.
She was right there. She didn't say nothing.
Wow.
So I was like, all right. So I got the phone call. I called my mother. I was like, look, Mom, you gotta find this woman. Her name is Helen Peluso. They call her Cookie. You gotta find her. She worked for the state. Tell her that they fucking locked me up. She came to visit. I told her all this shit fast. My mother found her. She tracked her down.
Wow.
She wound up writing letters and got me out of the fucking ad seg and got me in population. And then I only had a few months left. She still made it where she could come visit me. She would be on a visit, fucking bringing me a big ass pizza and all that. And this way it got a little complicated because I had never dealt. See, like unlike New York, you grew up with white.
Yeah.
Some parts of Jersey, yes, you do. Back then, in the 70s, and when I was growing up in Jersey, we had one white kid on our block.
Yeah.
Johnny, and then he moved away. And then, like in our class, the only whites was the teachers. There wasn't no white kids. Like we didn't grow. I didn't grow up with the white kids like this. So, so dealing with a white person was definitely culture shock. Like this. You know what I mean? I'm skipping because I did deal with whites, but it was a whole different kind of thing. When I was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, when I got released, she was right there, right, with a couple of my friends, and she gave me $175, right? And she gave me a hug. She said, Malik, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna take you shopping, and boom, boom, bam, boom, boom. I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? Like, fucking lady is so nice. But I used to be like embarrassed to her. I forgot. I used to be embarrassed to her because when she used to come visit me with the pizzas and shit and stuff like that, the COs would be like fucking with me when we go back in. Niggas would be fucking with me like, oh nigga, she wanna fuck you while her husband watch and this and that.
Oh my God, yeah.
She was married too, yeah. And so
Did you think she liked you like that at that time?
I thought she was just interested in me. I felt like I was like a deer in headlights. I was too much. I didn't have the like intellect to really like say I could manipulate her or talk this slick shit. Nah, she was obviously like this stature, this figure over me. She was like not even a mother figure because she wasn't old enough to be my mother, but she just was like this older white woman, like you know what I mean? She wasn't an old lady either. You know what I'm saying? So boom. She gave me the $175. She gave me the $175. I go home. I'm not spending no money, this, that, whatever. You know how it is when you first come home. I mean, you don't, I don't know. But when you first come home, you gotta do shit. You know what I mean? And I was really staying away from...
What the fuck is that?
That's somebody throwing a rock of the...
That G?
Is that because the car?
Maybe. Hold on, pause on.
Don't pause it. Oh, it's G.
Yeah, so she gave me $175 outside of the prison. So she said she's gonna take me shopping and like a bunch of stuff. Cause by this time, I had told her that, no. Yeah, by this time I had told her I wanted to be an actor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
And I go to Newark. You know what I'm saying? See all my people. I stay away from the block. I really had no intentions of going to the block. I just see, you know, cats kind of meet me like outside of the block. So the fourth day I'm home, I'm on like my cousin's porch. We talking, and it's at night, and everybody in the house. Well, I say everybody in the house, and we on the porch, and this girl walked by, and we looking at the girl. As soon as we look back right here, it's two niggas with the black with hoods on. You know what I mean? Scullies. Get the fuck off the porch. Made us get off the porch, turn around, get on our knees. Then dude that was behind me took the joint, put the barrel in the back of my head, twisted that shit like that, but just had that shit on there. And my cousin, he on the ground, he on his knees, we side by side. Other dude said, he like, don't fucking look at me again, I'ma murder you. Boom, I think he hit him in the head, I wasn't looking, but he hit him, right? But it wasn't nothing too crazy. So my cousin was being a little bit rebellious, and that shit scared the shit out of me. I was already scared. I just came home from 5 years. I'm fucking on the ground with a fucking gun on the back of that. And so I waited for it was this was quick, but I found my moment. When he hit my cousin, I found my moment. I was like, listen, brother. I just came home doing 5 years in prison. I got $175 in my pocket. Please take it, brother. Please take it. And that was the resolve, because it was like he gave us a pass. It's like me saying I did 5 years in prison gave us a pass. He said some slick shit, some street slick shit. Before they walked over, he took my little $175 that was running in my back pocket.
Took that bread.
So that happened, and that was unbelievable. Like, that was like, yo, that's some bullshit. I mean, it wasn't unbelievable, because, I mean, shit happens.
Jersey.
But it was wild. Like, that shit was crazy, because how close we were to death. Like, okay, let's say that would have, God forbid the thing, right? Everybody in the joint would be like, Malik, I knew the nigga was gonna go home back on that shit. Because when I was locked up, I used to be like, I'm gonna go home, be an actor. I used to be, when I was short, I used to talk all that shit, right? I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I used to talk all that shit. So if that would have, they would have said, yo, that nigga went right back to the shit. Because, shit happen, niggas get home, come home, and you know what I mean? Things happen to them. Come right back, or either, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unfortunate shit. You know what I'm saying? Very unfortunate shit. So this woman, her name is, like I said, her name is Helen Peluso, Cookie, they call her Cookie. So she made a plan first for me to come to her house. She lived in South Jersey, Barnegat, some shit I never heard before.
Yeah, I never heard it today.
I went to her crib, and it was fucking, it was a white crib. It was the piano. It was beautiful, you know what I mean? At the fucking swimming pool, it was nice.
Wow.
And I used to just be like in shock at how nice she was treating me.
Yeah.
And she never like came at me on nothing. I used to be shocked. Her husband would be there, and he would be like leaving for the, like nice to meet you, Malik. And boom, he would leave, and he would trust like us being together, being there. She would take me to the beach, and she would I was learning. She would like make fucking fruit and fucking cheese and spread crackers, spreads, this shit, and blankets and the wine and cool shit. And we'd be on the beach and we'd be talking, and she'd like, Malik, you can do anything, you're great. She was telling me all this shit that nobody was telling me before. And it was like throwing me off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then she started taking me to plays. Started taking me to the Village. Only thing I knew about New York was Uptown. 149th Edgecombe, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, only thing I knew was Uptown, and that was the big experience to go to New York. You know what I'm saying? Flacco and them and all that shit. She started taking me to the Village, art galleries. She took me to over 10, 12 fucking Broadway plays, off-Broadway plays. She took me to this one play that was so impressive. I had to show somebody, because she was showing me so much and I was soaking it all up. Yeah. And I wanted to show like a female that I liked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, put on game and
she took me to this, and she knew so much about everything. She took me to this play, Zulu Macbeth. From the Zulu tribe.
Wow.
It was all in Swahili.
Really?
It was fucking incredible at Lincoln Center. It was fucking incredible. It was so incredible. When they did an intermission, I went to the fucking will call. I wanted to find out how much the tickets cost so I could fucking bring a girl. I did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You said it was all in Swahili?
Yeah. Wow. And it's this one part where the girl she's up top at the stage, she's crying and and the lights go down, shush. And you don't hear nothing. You can't see in front of your face. You know, you're inside the video. You can't see nothing. It's quiet as a man. And then somebody go, la 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 la, some shit. ping, shing, shing, ping.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Oh, what the fuck? They dim the lights up. They right over you. Oh shit! All in the house. Ching, pang, pang, ting, all that. Oh, that shit was ill. That shit is so ill. You gotta see it. If you ever
What's the
hear
name
about
of it? I might.
Macbeth, Zulu Macbeth.
Zulu Macbeth.
They still,
But,
they still.
of course, they travel. So she was taking me to all these plays. By now she knew what time it was. And one day we was walking past, we was in Soho, we was on Prince Street, we was walking past Fat Farm. And I said, Russell Simmons owned this. And she's like, oh, Russell Simmons. She know all about Russell. Philanthropist. She know all about everything.
Wow.
She know everything current she knew about. You know what I mean? And she said, you should go in there. Malik, you should go in there and ask for a job. You should go in. You can do it. Look at you, they would love to have you. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I go in there and I'll ask for a job. And they say, you come back, you have to bring a resume. I never even heard the word resume before. So I came back out and I was like, they want a resume. And she's like, oh, they want a resume? Like, yeah, they want a resume. She's like, I'll make you a resume. So what she did was she created a resume for me for the 5 years that I've been absent from the streets. She made all this shit. I was working for her and this, consulting on that, all this cool stuff, and trying to connect it with some type of, she couldn't connect it with clothing, but it was just showing that my work ethic and how long I've been working and all that. They hired me. I started working in the warehouse first. And I worked in the warehouse and then they wanted to let me come in the store, work in the store 2 days a week. So I was working in the stock room in the store 2 days a week. And then I turned that into working in the store permanently in the stock room, then becoming on the sales floor. And then just kind of doing my thing. My thing was, I was institutionalized, so I used to wake up early and I was never late. I used to be there a lot of times before. Motherfuckers, they was partying, you know, they was in Soho, people that worked there lived in New York. I was one living in Jersey. So they partying all night. They can't even get to the store, you know what I mean? They don't have the discipline. It's nothing for me. I get up early. So one time, Russell was driving by. He pulled over, he's like, yo, where Kelly at? Pulled over and talking to me, like, where Kelly at? I was like, I don't know, we just waiting for him. Boom, so they recognized that type of stuff. Long story short, there was this woman that was the manager there. She liked me so much, like my style, like the way I was a high seller. She made me a manager. She left and she made me a manager. She made me and this other guy co-managers. So we was managers. I was a manager of the store, hired people, all this shit. And the woman, Cookie, she got me enrolled in NYU, continuing ed classes.
Oh, wow.
Stanislavski, Meisner, improvisation. We performed at the Comedy Cellar and all that shit on McDougal. And cool stuff. And then Russell knew I wanted to be an actor because I used to always talk about it. He put me in a commercial with Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life, with Jay-Z pulling up and, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And then at some point, Russell called me to his office and he said, yo, man, I know you want to be an actor, you know, and you know how Russell talk, very matter of fact. Look, nigga, you need to go to LA and be a beach bum. I don't care, do something, you know what I mean? But you don't want to be working for me your whole life, you know what I'm saying? You'd be mad at me, you know what I'm saying? So he wrote me a check. And he was telling me that he was writing me a check and I should go to LA. And I was like, I was in his office, in a big chair behind him and shit. He was telling me all this shit. And I was like, yeah. I was happy. And I turned around and fucking like, tear came out my eye because I got scared. I was like, oh shit, fuck it, I just get fired. but not only that, I was like, fuck. Like, I just said I'm gonna go to LA. Like, just he said he's gonna give me a check and I'm fucking gonna go to LA. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Whose size check was it?
Huh?
Whose size check was it?
It was, it's funny. He had gave me $5,000 like a week and a half before because I asked for a loan. I just wanted to see if I could get it.
Oh, one of them things.
And then he gave me $25,000. So he gave me $30,000.
Oh, yeah.
$30,000?
That's good.
Yeah. Thanks, Russ.
He did.
And every time I see him, I'll be like, yo, you know, he like, what, for what? What'd I do? Like, he all, you know, but
How old was you at the time, Malik?
I was 26 or something, because it happened quick. Look, I got out of prison in 96. I moved to LA at the end of, like, kind of in the middle of 99. It all happened very quick.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it happened
good.
very quick. Because when I got paroled, I went to my sister's house, and a parole officer would come to my sister's house, you know what I mean? Or I would have to go see the parole. And then one day, when I started working at Fat Farm and I became the manager, I went to my parole office. I said, look, I want to tell you what I've been doing. I want to fucking tell you. I want to tell you I'm doing something so good. It's so big. It's so good. I'm the fucking manager of Fat Farm, Russell Simmons. Yeah. He said, listen, whatever it is, if it's good, but it breaks the rules, don't tell me, because I'm going to have to lock you up. I said, no, I ain't going to tell you nothing. So what happened was, I wound up, because I wasn't supposed to like go to New York. You needed a pass to go to New York on parole. And I was doing that at times, but then it became a problem. Like, you want to go like at a certain time. Come on, they're not gonna know. So I was doing it, and then I started working over there. Then I became a man. Like, I was doing all this. Oh, look, not only that, nigga, I moved out of my sister's crib. I moved into a brownstone in Brooklyn. I was living in Fort Greene.
Wow.
I was the manager of Fat Farm, living in Fort Greene, and I was on fucking parole, 10-year parole, like the bullshit.
10 years?
So I had 10 years back then, but you know, they shut shit down.
What year was that?
That was 96, 97, 97, 90, 97, 98, 97. End of 96, because shit happened very fast. I got out in 96, April. By the end of the year, I was working at Fat Farm.
Wow.
For sure. And then by the middle of 99, I was living in Los Angeles. Wow. It did happen quick. I'm not gonna front. That fucking happened very quickly.
So you never left when you got to LA, that was it?
Yeah, I never.
Still here.
I'm doing a bid. I'm doing a bid. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
So how'd you do that in 3 years? You on parole, and you go to LA. Like, how does that?
I rebelled. I just fucking did it. The first thing I did was when I understood that it was bullshit. Like, the whole parole shit was all bullshit. Like, it's just to hold you down, and most people suck into it. But thanks to Cookie, she had me thinking outside the fucking box. She was showing me shit.
Ill for that.
And she was showing me shit, and I was soaking it up. And you know, come on, think about it. Come on, somebody fucking you came home from prison. You got your street niggas that been home, that look good, or getting money, all this shit, but they don't know fucking shit about fucking Central Park. Fucking the museum, the Guggenheim, fucking, you know what I mean? They don't know nothing about having a fucking glass of wine, looking at fucking Central Park, looking at Madison Avenue, and the fucking, they don't know nothing about this shit, because I didn't know nothing about this shit. They didn't know this shit existed.
Yeah.
Wow.
My friend fucking Cookie leaves for the winter, you understand? Never sees the cold or feels it. She's in a hot place. And every winter, every year. For the whole time I've been out, just been like shit, almost 28 years now. I've been, you know, not out, but since it all occurred, it's been like almost 30 years ago. But she's been doing, that's her life. And people do this thing.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that made me ambitious, and that made me want to fucking like, you know. And when Russell gave me that challenge, it said, "Come to go to New York." Go to LA. Yeah, I did it, and when I did it, like, you know, when I moved out here, you know, this shit was a culture shock. It's not like, nigga, you spend so much time by yourself, nigga. I was driving around crying like, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck I do this shit for? Like,
where did you come to? What part of
So what happened was there's this woman that worked. She was an editor at One World magazine, Russell's magazine, and I happened to tell. I knew she was from LA, so I told her that I was moving to LA. I wanted to move to LA, and she said, "Well, you should call my father. You know what I mean? Because he know about real estate, blah blah blah, all this shit." So I did. I called him, and he said, "Oh, you moving out? You want to move out here?" He's like, "You know what? Matter of fact, just come stay with me. I'll help you. I'll show you around." I moved out here. I moved to Lamert Park, Sutro Drive.
Is that in Los Angeles?
That's South Central.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I moved there, and I loved it. You know what I mean? He lived on this nice street with all the houses. It looked like everything you see in the movies, but it was cool. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like any of that presence, but it was always there. That other shit, it was there. You know what I mean? When I used to be on Crenshaw, you know what I mean? But it was mad peaceful back then. You know what I'm saying? It was mad peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I liked it a lot, and I wanted to move around there. I wanted to get an apartment around there. Nobody would rent to me. You know what I'm saying? I befriended this actor one time in this bookstore, Frank Madrano. You know him. He's a character actor. He's been off the scene a little while, I feel like, but he's in like Sleepers. He played a fat man from Sleepers.
I know you're talking about now. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's a fucking gem.
Yeah.
I met him in the fucking bookstore, and we was talking. He told me I was an actor. He fucking know the story. He went with me to this manager's apartment, or the manager to see an apartment on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
And because he's with me, they rented it to me. Boom. I got the apartment. It was $1,200 a month.
Damn,
back then it was $1,200 a month. It was fucking nice though. You can see the mountain. It was fucking Hollywood and Laurel Canyon. It's fucking, it's beautiful. And I moved there, and I started hustling. I started doing a lot of music videos. Yeah, I would always get hired. Benny Boom, he would hire me all the time.
To be an extra or something like that?
Yeah, to be an extra in the video. That's when videos was popping, like, 106 Park popping.
Yeah.
Like, and I would get hired because I had the clothes. Because I dressed like, I used to have the Timbs and the jean suits. I dressed like I was in Harlem, New York, but everybody else. It was really, everything wasn't together as it is now. You can't really tell where somebody from. But back then I had all the shit, so they would always put me in, feature me in the shit, this, that, this. And and I did about 40 or 50 videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some good ones. Yeah. So
I remember Destiny's Child, Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Now
that.
Destiny's Child was dope because I had new Beyonce, because we did this film called Carmen Jones.
Yeah,
I know that.
And we we hung out.
You was in that? You was in that too?
Yeah, I was in that. I was extra, but I was in that.
Yeah.
I was trying to get my way up. You know what I mean? Yeah, me and Bow Wow. It's like me and Bow Wow got beef. He little as fuck. He's like, yo, fuck that, man. Yeah. So we all got cool, and then like I think maybe a year, 2 or 3 passed by, and she was doing that video, and I got cast for the video. So while we on set, it's Destiny's Child, all the girls, and it's all a bunch of dudes, and she's like, okay, he'll be with the South, he'll be with this side, this, and she said Malik, and she fucking remember my name. She's like, Malik, why don't you be with the Dirty South? I was like, I'm trying to be with the East Coast. I ain't gonna be able to go back home, like all that shit. So then they like, all right, boom, so like I was with the East Coast shit. So then this dude, a choreographer, he was picking guys to walk up to her. And he picked him, boom, and he picked me, but I'm one of the guys. So I'm trying to go last because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do when I get up to Beyonce. I don't know. But I feel like I know her because she know my name. We work together already. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like I know her a little bit.
You got a little rapport.
So boom. So dudes walking up and they doing scary shit. So, you know what I mean? They not really giving eye contact. Like, you know what I mean? One dude pulled his shirt up or some weird shit. I don't know about that. So then when it was my turn, I just exaggerated every fucking thing. I went up to her, got in her ear, but I was talking to her. I wasn't just going in there like, I was saying shit like, I'm a soldier, fuck that, word up. You know what I'm saying? You can see when you see the video, you see me saying all that shit. I'm just in it. And I turn back around like, word up, all this shit. And she was vibing with it because it was working for her. You know what I mean? Like she was vibing, if you watch, you see vibing. And let me go back a little bit. So when I said Russell put me in a commercial, he put me in a commercial. Look, he put me in a commercial with Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
It was Jay-Z was doing a split commercial, Fat Farm / Jay-Z's album. It's a hard knock life. Mm-hmm. It's him and Dame in the drop, whatever the shit is, Rolls Royce, and he jump out, he get out the car, and he going in Fat Farm, and while he going in, I'm coming out. And then boom. So that was the gist of the shit. But that day on set, so Jay-Z, right? I didn't like this guy. He made a joke on me, and I really fucking felt like I was being like
targeted.
Yeah, like fucking everybody looked. He laughed, like, you know. I didn't take it as like. I took it the wrong way. I started fucking. I didn't like this fucking guy. I didn't like this guy.
What was the joke?
So
What was the joke?
I don't remember. But check this out. But if you watch the fucking commercial, I don't look at him as I'm walking out. Like, that's how steaming I was. I was like, so steaming. Like, now buzz it. And I'll tell you, the reason why it was more to it because Jay-Z and Dame and them, you know, they was them niggas, you know what I'm saying? And you was a scrap. You know that. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I think I might have said some green shit the first time I ever seen him come in the store. And from that point on, I was probably like a clown or something. Like, I don't fucking know. But he clowned me. He joked on me, so I didn't like him. And we did the video, and I was like, right? Years later, because I would see him all the time at Russell House, him and Dame, like we say, but I would never say nothing to them. Because they was them, and I was just like, you know what I mean?
I was mean. I'm not going.
So at that video shoot, after I did my thing, then Lil Wayne and them, he was performing, doing that, and I was going to walk into the bathroom. Now by this time I had done a bunch of videos, like so much.
Yeah.
And so I was walking, and Jay-Z fucking hit the corner. Now he walking, it's the longest hallway, we walking, and he stopped. He said, "Yo, I see what you doing." I said, and he walked out. I said, I love Jay-Z. No, but that shit was big. Yeah, it was confirmation.
Sure was.
And then one time I was with my man. I seen Jay two other times after that. So then one time I was with my man who he know Jay. He know Jay. Yeah. It was this thing, and Jay-Z was happened to be there. He had the two big whiteys walking, and he had the shades. He was bouncing. And he hit the corner, walking, and he came up to me. Pop!
Oh my God, he really does that?
My man. Then the last time I was at this little thing, and it was a nice thing. It was like a collection of who's who in a very small. It was a Pharrell's type of. It was his party for some shit. It was dope, and It was so intimate, you know, Jay and B, they was dancing. It was like that type of shit.
Oh, wow.
It was fly. So at one point, something was happening. I was standing behind them, and Beyonce turned around, and she's like, "Hey, Malik." I was like, "What's up, B?" I was like, "I'm still fucked up." And then he turned around, Shaka. Like, it's my name.
Did he do one of these? He was like that?
When he was walking the two big whiteys, he said, Shaka. And then he got walking, I'm like, okay, yeah. I thought you knew. Oh, okay. But you know, at that point we was doing the commercial, I had, you know, I was a kid from Newark. I had everything was on my sleeves. I don't want to get played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was on some, you know what I mean, young shit, but you know what I mean? It was all internal. I didn't say nothing. They wouldn't vocalize it. But, you know, I was like, I don't like these guys.
Yeah.
But nah, I fuck with Jay. I love the way what he turned it into. Yeah. I mean, he said it's all there. You gotta go to dinner with him, just fucking buy the records. Yeah. Very smart. I don't want to go to dinner. Shit, we gonna be staring at shit.
No way. I'm turning down. All he gonna say is you should have took the money.
Yeah, 500. Fucking, you kidding me?
You kidding me?
Once you got 500,000, what else I need him to tell me? I don't need no advice. I got 500,000.
So real quick, not to cut you on, because you know we're on the time. It's fucking 5 a.m. So the stories have to go backwards and forwards. When I first came home in '96, living at my sister's crib, I started working in this bean pot factory. And I would put the bean pot crust in the bean pot pan and do that from 12 to like 6. And then at 6 I'd get off, I'd go to my sister's house, I would get dressed, I'd catch the bus downtown, catch the PATH train to New York, and try to like, I had these bullshit ass headshots. I was trying to like be a model. I was trying to go to Shabazz Brothers. This one, remember Shabazz Brothers? All these
right.
Back then in the 90s, it was, all that shit.
Bean pods, right.
So I used to go all the time to Shabazz Brothers because they was kind of friendly. So they asked me, they was like, look, you want to go do a music video? I like, hell yeah. They was like, well, it's gonna be in Staten Island. A rapper by the name of A+. I knew A+. We knew about A+. Yeah. Boom. I wound up going. I get up at 4 a.m. to get to Long Island. I get to Long Island by like 7 a.m. I get there. Ain't no fucking body out there. Ain't nothing out there, nothing.
Oh my God.
Parking lot empty. Something made me fucking stay there till 11 o'clock. From 7 a.m. Then at 11 o'clock, I see these two dudes walking up. One of these dudes looked like the dude from Clockers. I'm like, damn, that's the dude from Clockers. They walk up and they see me. They walk right up to me because I'm the only person standing out there. They're like, yo. I was like, yeah, I'm here for the video, Shabazz Brothers. And then the other dude that was with him just cut me off. He's like, oh, Wardrobe. He with okay, Wardrobe. We got Wardrobe here. Okay. Look, man, just cut me off and said Wardrobe. So I just went with it.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking didn't know what to do.
Nice.
So it's like fucking Wardrobe. So we go to get something to eat. And now like a couple other people filling in, but these are just the crew. And so I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna tell them that I'm not fucking Wardrobe? I'm just trying to be extra. I'm just trying to get in this fucking shit. So boom. So Mekhi seemed mad cool. So nigga get up and go to the bathroom at some point. So I fucking follow the nigga. And I got my headshot. I'm a fucking headshot. I'm gonna fucking show him this fucking headshot.
I'm not 30 seconds and I'm gonna do my elevator pitch.
So nigga go in the bathroom. So I go in there at some point, boom, wash his hands. I'm like, yo, listen, I just want to tell you, like, look, I'm not Wardrobe. You know, you got it mistaken. I'm an extra. I came to be in the video. He's like, oh, word? I was like, yeah. He's like, fuck it. You want to be a PA? I didn't know what a PA was. I was like, yeah. I was just like, fuck yeah. So then he came out, told the director's name was Lennox. He told him, boom, boom. So then they gave me that walkie-talkie and the shit. And so we organized the shit. Trucks pull up the shit, boom. Everything happening. So I'm telling A+ mans in them. Them niggas getting mad at me. I probably was a corny ass square nigga. Like, 2 more? Yo, nigga, so yo, what is one son? Who this nigga? Yo, all that shit.
Oh my God.
But I cocked diesel. I just came over like, you know what I mean? But I'm on some square shit because, you know, when you first get a security job or some shit, they be honest as fuck, you know? Like, nice slide. Do I look 18, nigga? Come on, like, stop playing. You know ID.
Yeah.
So I was on that shit. So we worked till like 4 in the morning. Me and Mekhi exchanged numbers. I went back home. I was like, yo, I work with Mekhi Phifer. Like, oh, like I was. He 2 weeks later or something like that, he called me. He's like, yo, what's up? This Mekhi. This one nigga. We had the phone in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So he called me and shit. And he's like, yo, you want to do another video? I was like, yeah. Boom. Never heard from him again.
Oh.
I wound up getting a job at Fat Farm. That shit happened. You know what I mean? It all happened like that. And then I seen Mekhi one time. I would call his phone and he'd be like, it would be always go to the voicemail, Cause I went to Africa, he went to all these places, he was doing shit. And I didn't really see him till one time he came to Fat Farm at which point I was the manager, boom, everything was cool. We had 2-way pages, we exchanged 2 ways. Shortly after that, I moved to LA. And then we connected and he came and picked me up and he took me to they was bowling. It was like some actors and they was bowling. And for me, I couldn't get with it. I was like, yo, fuck, this is like you so like, it's such a cold, like, I don't go bowling. You know what I mean? Like, it just was like, it didn't flow for me. And then one day he came to my crib, he had a hook part, and he asked me to hold a pair of clubs. And he left, and he was going for like a month or 2 months. He's doing paid in full. I didn't know it was paid in full at that time. But he came back, and I had an altercation on a video set. Like, I felt like niggas was trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga that was with me, he wasn't with me. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, you wanna wear your jumpsuit? I'm like, nah, nobody wearing a jumpsuit. You know what I mean? Like, I was on that shit. And I was mad, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? So then when Mekhi came back, we was on this balcony, cause I ain't had no friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, word, and this shit was mad weird out here, and it was like lonely as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, for
Late
real.
90s, early 2000s.
This was now it's 2000 or something like this. No, yeah, 2000.
Early 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
2000.
Not no one, 2000,
Right,
99 or 2000. That's what it was, cause this shit started happening. But one day, me and Mekhi went to his house. I wanted to talk to him, cause for some reason like coming to pick me up, we go bowling and this. It felt hollow, cause like, and then niggas leave, and then I don't see them niggas no more. Like, so then I had to talk with him about the beef I had on the set and this and this and this, and we had a real talk. He's like, yo, you come get me. You got a problem? You come get me. We can boom. And then we had created at that moment, it's like a bond was created. Then I asked him about acting. I said, I want to know about this fucking acting.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Going to schools and all that shit. You listen to somebody, like, they trying to encourage you. Maybe they didn't do so much work and this and that, but at the end of the day, the real work is on the set. And how you fucking gotta learn this shit. You know what I mean? And I was like, you gotta memorize the whole script. How do you fuck this shit? And he...
You do it scene by
asked him-
scene though, right?
Yes. And backwards, forwards, middle, whatever. You know what I mean?
It's
What
not in
works?
no specific order. It's
No,
just-
ever. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, at that moment I asked him if I could, like, you know, come to set, be around, like, learn this, all this shit. He did. He agreed. And he took me everywhere. Every fucking way. I watched him act. I fucking used to have I used to be doing, like, I used to have these little cameras, we like shooting him. We was doing Brian's song in Canada, shooting him and all this stuff and learning. We was doing Brian's song in Canada. He had to go to New York to shoot 2 days of Paid in Full. So we went together and we had the best time. We had a great time. A fucking great time. And, yeah, I don't even want to. I will leave that part alone, but...
Talk about it. Talk about it. No, talk about it.
You in the groove now?
Well,
You
you brought it
motherfucker.
up. Talk about it, man. What happened? We want to know.
Well, you know, like, you know...
Clean it up.
I'll say it as clean as possible, but, yeah. Nah, it's one of them shits that,
You take it to the grave.
No, that was real. It's real. You know,
Is touching or something to you? Touching like that?
yeah, but not only for me, you know, like for the family and, you know, like for Mekhi and, like, you know, it's just people.
Is it personal for him that you don't want to bring it up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, like,
Ain't
but
gotta do that.
it was,
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
be
he
personal
done,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a part of our growing up, you know, our growing pains. And me and Mekhi, we created a dope bond. Like I said, he would take me to all these places. That's how I was learning. I was learning to act. But what I was really learning was that how confident he was. How he would look people in the eye and speak up. If he didn't feel something in the scene, he would speak up in a respectful manner, but he would speak up like a man, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a bitch out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to all that shit. I mean, I didn't learn all of it all the way, because, you know, shit happens, you know what I mean? I'm still working on it. I bitch out here and there sometimes.
Okay.
But, that's how you do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
You think it's because you don't have as much leverage as him in certain situations?
you know, for me, it's because, you know, that's when you're raised up by your mama, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You get this brute strength, but you're emotional, like a woman.
Yeah.
And you might not be crying, but you might like
Yeah.
very quicker than saying like, well, look, listen, brother, let me talk to you about this shit.
You're absolutely right.
Instead of saying, think I'm Ron O'Neal. Look here, brother.
Oh man, he hit him with my menace. I'm Ron O'Neal.
You know what I'm saying? You more tact and discipline. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know that as a young person. I know it as a man now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I needed that balance, but I didn't have it. So I learned the hard way. Everything was about trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And being a sponge and watching cats do it and do it fly. And so me and Mekhi, we added value to each other because I would fucking hook him up with the clothes. We get clothes from everywhere. I make a call, we get the clothes from everywhere. He go to, like, if he was on fucking Conan O'Brien or fucking Jimmy Kimmel, I would dress him. You know what I mean?
Really?
All the time. Yeah, that's what we did. That's like, that was my knack from working at Fat Farm, and then kind of just like, it wasn't just Fat Farm, you know, in Newark, around my way, we would always emulate Harlem. Niggas dress fashion,
that's for sure.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Going to Bergenfield,
Right.
and we all, you know, niggas always was on the dressing shit, you know what I'm saying? So I always had that knack, but I never really thought about being in fashion until with Cookie that day walking past the shit, you know what I mean? So, Yeah, so
For real.
the camera gonna catch you sleeping. You get like, they gonna be like,
Nah,
you like, is he high? Is he high?
I remember Jersey and Uptown having those Uptowns and stuff first. The tall Timbs was the 40
The 40 below,
like,
yeah, come on.
Back then, like nobody's really doing that before Uptown and Jersey. out
That's
there
what it
doing
was about.
I was confused of where it came from first at that time. You know,
That's what it was about, and it was so crazy. This probably, nigga, I wear boots every day. I don't wear sneakers. I probably got about 3 pairs of sneakers. I don't fucking know. But I wear boots or shoes, right? But when I was 15, 16, because we was hustling, but I wasn't really making money like that.
Yeah.
And I would fucking fuck up, you know, my stash get taken, shit, this, that.
Oh, my
and
God.
then hustling scary sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So money wasn't scarce a little bit.
Yeah, that
you know what I'm
wasn't your
saying?
thing.
So we used to wear Timbs. I used to wear Timbs with white tees. With Timbs and white tees back in '88. Timbs and white tees, that's what it was, because it didn't look like your Timbs was fresh.
Yeah.
And then when I started getting money, the getting money part was very short-lived. It's not fair. When I started getting money, it was short-lived. And then when I started getting the money, I had to give it to these lawyers and this shit. That's why I turned myself in too, because y'all they getting all the money. I was hustling for them, nigga. Them niggas had me out. I was on consignment for getting money from them.
Right. At the end of the day, when you put the math, that's how it worked out.
That's a fact.
And the runs never be long, man.
No.
They never, I mean, as big as
We
we
talking
were
about
just
all
talking
that
about there
stuff today,
earlier,
right?
like,
Yeah, you never got a
these
long
runs
run.
be like 2-3 years. I mean, they be like, I guess, legendary because of how much money you amass in such a short time, but
it's fucking, it's an inkling.
Yeah.
What the fuck is really out there to what I've seen
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? Because you said something. Fuck, go ahead, because I forgot, I lost my train, but it'll come back to me.
No, but yeah, like we was talking about, we interviewed Benny, and he was saying he made more money doing music than selling drugs. But I was just like, you was making $90,000 a week, and he was like, yeah, I had to pay so many people, the $50,000.
And that should be coming fast and loose and shady.
Yeah.
You even if you got a stash with a bunch of money, you gotta be worried about niggas kicking your door in.
Yeah.
You gotta downplay your shit. You know what I'm saying? My co-defendant, the reason why I got with my co-defendant is because I was with my other niggas, but we wasn't really making money. Sometimes we had these little droughts we wasn't making. But when I got my co-defendant, I got with him because he was always known for making money. His brother was known for making money. Whole damn family was making money. No, but he was 15, 16. 5-0 raided his crib. Took like 20, 30. The numbers go back and forth. Took all this money out the crib. The next day he bought the motherfucking Infinity. G2. Fucking just on the like. He was a hustling nigga. He was very smart. Boom, we the same age, but he was just on another.
Yeah.
And then he like, yo, let's start going down south. Like, boom, because I knew about down south because I went before. And then we started doing it, and we started making connections quick. It was nice. We had big plans, and then they got foiled very quickly. And that's a whole.
Rightfully, I mean, thankfully so, because you might be even deeper than what you was in.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Prison was one of the best things that happened to me, to be honest. Because it removed me away from the streets. Because the streets become a crutch, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And making that money, like you heard it before, you could be running a Fortune 500 company, blah, 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 blah. You're talking about guys that are really smart. A bunch of geniuses you around every day, like sharks and Shark Tank. Well, but because it's the
Illicit,
underworld, you can never get on right, and you can never get out of it. If it's hard to get out of it just by saying, you know what, I think I'm gonna go be a barber. I'm gonna go to barber school. Right. Nigga, you ain't gonna never go to fucking barber school and do it. Maybe not even 1% will do that.
Damn.
Because it's kind of hard to make that transition. But at some point as you get older, if you get older, you can make a transition.
That's a
if you
fact. That's
get
a fact.
older, you can say, you know what, I'm gonna go to barber school. You might be fucking 45, but shit.
You get tired after a while. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got time to be that.
When I went to prison, it took me away from that. I forgot about bagging up how many guards in the thing, in the gram, and all that fish scale. I forgot. I forgot all about all that shit.
And when you got out, you wasn't even thinking about going back to that shit.
Nah, because for me, like, jail can be an incredible waste of time as well. Because all you got is time. And listen to niggas talk about bullshit, war stories, this, that.
Yeah.
I don't like being told what to do. Nigga, I didn't like being told what to do so much. When I first went in, I was 19, so I went to a youth camp. The youth camp was from 18 to 25, you were youth in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So every morning at 5:30 revenue call, gentlemen, 5:30 revenue call, 5:30. So I would get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, brush my teeth, make my bed up, and I'd be put my clothes on, and I'd be sitting on my bed, because I didn't want them to touch me. I didn't want to touch my bunk. Every morning I did that religiously, because I didn't like to be told what to do. They say, like, G out of dorm, boom, boom, I'm G out of dorm. Clean the toilets. We had 20 toilets in a row. Clean the toilets. You put on the gloves, clean the toilets. I used to clean the toilets with my hands, everything. Because, see, it sound wild, but let me tell you something. It sound wild, but it's not like you cleaning a shitty toilet, because prison is cleaner than a motherfucker, nigga. Prison is clean. Because you clean every day. Every motherfucker. Move the shit to the other side of the door. It's the military, especially in a youth camp. So when I had to clean, I cleaned harder than everybody else, or hard to me, like with my hands, everything, because I'm not coming back here. So I'm gonna do this shit this time right. You niggas ain't gonna never fucking see me again. That's why I clean like that. I was for the first 2 years. I wouldn't even jerk off. I wouldn't look at no magazines. I was hard body, because I ain't want to do what everybody else was doing. I like, nigga, I'm saving my shit for this shit. Unbeknownst to me, that it's impossible. Right. You have to fucking masturbate, jerk off, because if you don't, you're gonna have wet dreams. You know, all these priests and all these people, monks, and we're like, hey, don't do that. Hey. They fucking in the bed. It has to release. It's the natural process. But you don't notice the natural process if you don't go somewhere where you can't have sex. You won't notice. You don't know that. You don't know if you went 90 days, 100 days, that you gonna be sleeping, you gonna have a dream. You'll be like, wake up wet, like, you don't know that. Oh. But that's what happens in prison. If you say, I'm not going to masturbate, I ain't looking at nothing to provoke me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in North Carolina and I was doing jail, I was doing time. Like I was a young kid doing my shit. And it wasn't, but when they extradited me to Jersey and they doing that, I went crazy with the Fifis. Life was different. You know what I'm saying? But it made sense as I progressed. You know what I mean? It made sense. I knew I was getting out. And even when I came home, I ain't had sex for 3 weeks. It wasn't like I just jumped. You know what I mean? I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to imagine that. You be like, you ain't care 3 weeks. But you so happy to be free and all this shit. And then you get tired fast. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get
You wasn't even out that long, no.
Oh, no. You get tired fast. My mans and them, they was promoting parties. So they had the Fugees and Bahamadia and all these, everybody at the Robert Treat in Newark. But you know, Fugees is a Newark, you know, Wyclef,
team.
Bahamadia from Philly though, that's not right there, right?
So they had this show. So one of the managers of one of these artists is a female. She liked me. I liked her. Yeah. She told me, she felt like I look like D'Angelo. I had the braids. So I'm like, yeah, I'm D'Angelo, all that. So I had a hotel room there because we was gonna stay the night there and all that shit. So I had the hotel room. So her and a girl came to the room and it's like, look, I'm gonna go check on my artist, but look, I'm gonna come back and chill with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. We fucking leave out. I sit on the bed, like, yeah. You know, I'm feeling, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, you gotta do your joint.
I fucking laid back on the bed, like, yeah. Mega. Closed my eyes and opened my eyes. It was the next day. I stood up. It's the next day. I'm like, no! I swear to God. Oh, that was terrible. Terrible. Yeah.
Damn.
Terrible.
You never seen her again?
I did see her again. She left a note under the door. Said I was knocking. I called it.
Wow.
Oh my
It was
God.
terrible. It was terrible.
That's
That's some bullshit.
Well, Malik, what's your first movie?
First movie was first movie technically was Brian's song with when Mekhi took me to Toronto, and then we left Toronto and we went to St. Thomas for something, some like golf thing. We was wilding out down there. He got a call to come to Detroit. Got a call. Yeah, he had already did some meeting with with a director, and he had got a call while he was in St. Thomas to come to Detroit. And it was an untitled Detroit project. So we went to Detroit. Boom, of course that was Eminem and all that shit.
Oh, 8 Mile.
So boom, we went there, and at some point they allowed me to audition. So I auditioned. Mekhi was in my audition. Mekhi, Cheddar Bob, Eugene Bird, a bunch of even Omar Miller. They was all in my audition because it was the scene where Eminem get jumped by the free world. So it was that whole scene, and I was playing Papa Doc. So I was auditioning for Papa Doc. So boom, did it with Molly Fan. Boom, it was like Mekhi's manager called me at the time because she had got word. It's like, oh, they love you. This. I'm thinking I'm gonna get this fucking role, Papa Doc. I'm like, shit is on.
Yeah,
So she's telling me all this shit. She dropping all this shit. I don't know what the fuck she told me. She said scale plus 10 this. Now I don't know what the fuck. But I'm just excited.
Yeah, all you want to do is see your face on TV.
I'm like, this is a fucking major role.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So and everybody was mad friendly that was coming in. Omar just came in, D'Angelo, all these kids, like everybody just like this, like their first movie or second movie.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? And we were just excited. Then I found out they was flying this kid in. He had did Tupac on stage. Anthony Mackie, he was gonna be Papa Doc. I was already feeling like I was in with these cats. So they brought Anthony Mackie, and when Mackie came, he was obviously different than everybody else. He was playing like this role, like the thug role, but he was like kind of like a little kind of like square with his thug role shit. He was a little bit square with his shit, and I was like, man, I was hating, nigga. we used to always like had this banter because he got sarcasm like a motherfucker. So we used to go always back and forth. I'm hating, he probably hating because I'm hating on him. I'm hating, you know what I'm saying? But it never went nowhere. It was always jokes, but underlying little hate. Like other cats on the thing, be like, you ain't the leader, Malik the leader, like shit like that. You know, he just fucking with him. When he came and that was when he got the role and we started doing the movie. But before that, when he found out this guy Anthony Mackie was coming, they offered me a day player role to just be a feature because they said you got a good look. You know what I'm saying? So I run around with Mekhi. Everybody that Mekhi is cool with, they take a liking to me. I'm running with Mekhi. So listen, I feel like I'm on the same level as all these guys. I felt mad comfortable, right? So I was just like in the shit, right? And I was just trying to find my moment, you know what I'm saying? And one time when we was in that scene in the trailer park and we facing Eminem and I mush him and I say, see you at the battle tomorrow night, you little faggot. I mean, you little rabbit. Nigga, I couldn't wait to say this. I fucking made this up in my head. I couldn't wait to fucking say this. And when I say this shit, I do it this first time, I say the shit, and then he cut, and Curtis, you know, it's 200 motherfuckers out there. Curtis said, Malik, next time don't say that. Oh, I shrank, like, I was embarrassed. He's like, and then so they do the takeover. And then do the takeover, I guess, probably looked like a silent movie at that point. Wow. So then he cut, and came over to us, he said, Malik, what was that you said? And I was like, yeah, nigga. And then M, to his credit, he was trying to help me out. He's like, yeah, and this time, push me harder. And this and that.
yeah.
So it was like that. And mind you, me and Mekhi, Omar, Cheddar Bob, Evan, we would all go to M's crib all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and be there. He'll be in the studio. He'll go to bed, and we be in there chilling, you know, bugging out, drilling. You know what I mean? Like, and so M helped me, and I was like getting a lot of wild lines out there, to the point where they had to call me in for ADR. So after the movie was said and done,
What is that? ADR?
That's audio dubbing.
Oh, okay.
You know,
All
for,
right.
you know, when your mouth is moving on screen, you got the same. You know what I'm saying? We did 8 Mile, and we had a great time. I mean, I had me and Mekhi and Evan, which is Cheddar Bob. We had Thanksgiving dinner at his crib. It's me, M, his little brother, his aunt, and his aunt friend, and me. It was a small incident.
had to be a dope experience.
Yeah, fucking the shit. Yeah. We played basketball after everybody discovered I couldn't play basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? M little brother, all this shit. You know, they was doing their shit. So we had a great time. And M, you know, he's fucking first classy cat, you know what I mean? Very serious about his music, all that shit. But I was saying that to say that we had so many experiences, man, as fucking, like, doing this movie. We go to clubs, not with M wouldn't come to this club. We go to clubs, we get in fights with motherfuckers, and we leave at the shit, we in the fort, and you know what I mean? Like, it was just, like, you know what I mean? Like, all
Like a real
kinda
bond, y'all.
shit. Yeah. We would stay out all night, come to set at 6 in the morning, because we got to be at 6 in the morning, come in there, set, because we did the thing. We had a beautiful time. So, Mekhi was paying me out of his pocket. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when you at a certain level, you can have somebody as your assistant that can come and get a check, just like having a parent there with their kid and they getting a check, you know what I mean? Because they're there with the parent, they making a good check, you know what I mean? So, I was getting paid for Mekhi, but then when I did the day play stuff, I was getting like maybe, I don't know how much it was, it could have been 150, I don't know how much it was. It wasn't a lot of money, right? So, I didn't make a bunch of money on 8 Mile, and when I went to go do ADR, now this is me not knowing anything, so I go to do ADR, and Curtis Hanson is there, that's the director. So Curtis there, and we do the ADR first, because they're trying to figure out what my mouth was saying, so I fucking said this and that, boom, it worked. And he took me outside. This is the gangster shit, nigga. It's the gangster shit. He took me outside and he said, Malik, so, you know, you did the ADR and you're gonna be in SAG, you're gonna be in SAG now because it's ADR, you're gonna be in SAG. And that's what every actor wanna hear, you're gonna be in SAG.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna be in SAG. He's like, listen, but if SAG calls you, don't tell him you're in this movie. He said, tell him that we hired you to do ADR because you had an authentic Detroit accent. I'm like, okay, yes sir, boss. Fucking, where do I stand, boss? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that fucking even he fucking said Malik and take it. Like, we come in as fools in this business because you know you want to fucking prove yourself, you know, and so that happened, and what he was really in essence doing was he was figuratively fucking me. He was fucking robbing me. He was cutting my legs off right there. Cause he's like, the buck stops here. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Because
What do you mean the buck stops here? Like when he tried to typecast you or something? Oh, you about to explain?
No, it's not typecasting. What it is don't tell you in this movie because this is a studio picture. If I'm watching a studio picture, when you see people in film, when you see them, when you see them and they're not, okay, say you see them, but you just happen to get a good shot of them, that's just like a day play, a principal extra, if that's all you've seen by them, that's a good check, that's something, right? Okay. Now, if they are talking and you see them talking on a studio film, you have to get residuals. You are entitled to residuals.
And you gave that up.
I didn't give it up. I didn't even know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know.
I mean, yeah, and
I wasn't like we made a deal.
Yeah.
Like we did kind of make a verbal deal, but he wasn't making it as clear as he was just saying like, look, if they call you, just tell them this because you know what I mean. I didn't want to fuck up the momentum or anything about the film, so I was like being a team player.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, right?
Wow.
Now it wasn't until I didn't wake up until so one of the kids that was in 8 Mile, who was in the position where I should have been, who had a contract, he was staying with me and the checks came on, you know, he got his first residual check. And his check, it was net like $58,000. And I was like, yo, right at that moment, I was like, what the fuck? Because we both would have had the same check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I spent 5 months out there, and it matters the time you spend, every day, all them days. You know what I'm saying? So then to be honest, I was nervous to report it to SAG at first when I first started before he got the check, because I thought like I'll get blackballed.
You was in SAG already.
Not that I was in SAG after the film. Yeah, I was in SAG, but I thought about the residuals at some point before he got that check, and I wanted to make a complaint.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, damn, when he can blackball me and say, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? They never hired me again, right? I didn't know that then.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, they cut me out of that. I never got a residual from that film, and that was 20 years ago. He got that $58,000 check. Do you understand? I missed out on hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars.
That should still play.
Yeah. So those are. But at the same time, the opportunity was priceless. You know what I mean? Like,
You think it changed your career?
yeah, fuck yeah, because Eminem, when we at the premiere, he introduced me to this kid, 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
He was in the Get Rich or Die Tryin.
Yeah.
No, but you can't fall asleep. I gotta tell
I'm
you
not
this story.
sleeping. I'm here.
Really quickly.
Listen, I can't sleep. I'm here, man.
50 M introduced me to Fifth, and he was at this table, and you know what I'm saying? At that time, you know, he was a mysterious dude, and somebody that felt like you know what I mean? Like,
Who you
you ain't
talking
gonna
about?
say
50.
You ain't gonna say too many words to it, 'cause it's like it was like at the height of the thing, you know?
Right. He had a moment.
And because before that, me and Mekhi went to see M backstage at some concert out here in LA, and he asked us if we knew M at Fifth, and he showed us the CD with the gun, the faces kind of distorted.
The Guess Who's Back
And he's like, him and Dre got a meeting with him tomorrow. We're like, man, you gotta sign him. Like, yeah, he out of the streets. So then he wanted, like at the 8 Mile premiere, he introduced me to him. So then Mekhi winds up going to getting hired to do his video, Mini Men. So I went there with Mekhi. Nigga, we went there. we crazy. We had the bag for it, you know. But we went there. We went up there.
Oh my God.
And it was a bunch of actors there. It was cool. And it was all in the trailer. And of course, I wanted to be in the video, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was just chilling.
Yeah.
And then Jesse came in the trailer, Jesse Terrero, and he was like, yo, you gonna be here? Like, yeah. He's like, you wanna be in the video? I was like, yeah. He's like, cause one of the actors ain't show up. And you know what I'm saying? Shit, we gotta roll.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he put me in the video, so I'm in the video. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm in the shit.
Yeah.
So boom. So some time passes by. Then the actor that was supposed to be his role, I got his role, he showed up. And I'm sitting there, and of course I recognize him, but we don't know each other.
Yeah.
I'm not known, he's known, like, you know what I'm saying? And he coming in and like, yo, what's up? He's like, yeah, ain't nothing. You know, he walking in like, yeah, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some shit. Coming on some real thorough shit. Yo, word up. And I'm sitting in the thing. He's like, yeah, man. They gave some nigga my role and shit.
Oh my God.
Listen, it was the most awkward thing. But he didn't say some bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? He said some nigga. I mean, I know It's like a little leg room, like a flesh room. It wasn't direct. You know, what I'm supposed to jump up and say, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
That was me.
I ain't say nothing.
Oh man.
And then a little while after that, they call Malik, we need you. They call
Oh
Malik.
my God.
Okay. So it's the first scene of the day. Nigga, so many people behind the monitor, 50 behind the monitor. I don't know him at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's a mythic figure. Like, he's an iconic figure even at this point. But more on the like street side, like he done did some shit, he got shot up 9 times.
His
like more on
reputation
that
was just-
shit. It was preceded way big.
Yeah.
So he in the monitor, the dude at the monitor, everybody at the monitor. And at this point, I gotta be big. It's in the car, I gotta be big, I gotta do the thing. And I just said, fuck it. I just let go and I did the shit. Did a few times, boom, cut, go back to the trailer, dude come back to me. He's like, yo, we did your shit. And then we shook and we introduced each other. We was fucking like that through the whole process. Safir. So, Saphir.
Yeah.
Saphir from Minister Society, his cousin Harold.
Yeah, right.
He used to rap too, like you do, right?
Yeah.
Sound like Pac and shit.
Yeah. So that was dope. So then, months go by, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think the video had came out yet, but I think maybe it came out. Jesse called me one day, like, yo, Fifth, he want to talk to you, because he working on a film, and he want to work with people that he can, you know, that he vibe with, this and that. So I'm like, cool. So he called me. We was on the phone for about 10 minutes, and it was quick. And then I was supposed to get an audition, but it wasn't connecting. The weather was bad in LA. The director didn't like what he seen. So I talked to him for about 5-10 minutes. Boom, time go by. The director wasn't happy with the talent he was seeing. He went to New York to see some people and this and that. And then me and Mekhi, one time we was in New York and went to a game, a Knicks game. And G-Unit was there, but it wasn't 50. I seen Lloyd Banks, Yayo, I don't know who else.
The Young Buck?
And the Young Bucks,
Okay.
yes. And I remember, like, I used to always say, like, damn, them niggas tall as hell. They don't look that tall. They tall as fuck.
Yeah.
So later that night, I get a call. It's 50. Boom, we're on the phone. This time we're on the phone for like 2 hours. Now I'm getting understanding of like who he, like how he, like fucking smart. Like, boom, he mad intellectual, fucking talking mad about so much about acting and all. It was a nuance that he was like fucking like really into, like trying to make this shit work. So that happened. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be in this fucking movie, I think. I'm gonna be in this movie. So then something happened, and all I knew is like I had one dude that was in the movie, and he was like, yo, I'm going to go to Toronto to fucking go to rehearsal, because I'm in the movie. I was like, there ain't nobody calling. I ain't in the movie.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. I was like, fuck, I gotta do something. So I'm crazy like this. I can't really go to Canada because of the thing.
The parole.
The parole. But I'm not on parole. But I just got the record. I can't go to Canada.
Right. Oh, right. They're not allowing nobody. They're not allowing nobody.
The one time I went to Canada to do that Brian song, they had locked me up because I refused to get back on the plane. I was like, no, I gotta do this movie with Mekhi.
Yeah.
So Mekhi came to visit me in the county. It was like a fucking movie. It was crazy. And got me a look. Long story short, they allowed me to come in Toronto, and that's when I seen Toronto. This is before Drake, this is before 6. This when Toronto was heaven. You know what I'm saying? This when it was T.O. Hey, everybody's happy, Jipper. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is why they wouldn't let me in. This is heaven. I was giving weed away, all kind of. It was crazy. So, boom. They was in Toronto. So I knew I couldn't enter Toronto through the plane. So I came up with this crazy ass scheme. So I was like, all right, Omar's in the movie. They're in Toronto. All right. I flew to Detroit. I rented a car. I took the car. I drove across the bridge to Windsor, because in Windsor, they got the casino. I had a script in my hand, just some fucking script. And I had it on the thing. And when I get to the thing, I said, yeah, doing a movie in Detroit, but I want to come gamble. I'm going to get gamble. I had my man with me. He was down with this plan. He was with me with it. So they let us in. I drove 3 hours to Toronto. I get to Toronto, I'm making calls, calling everybody to try to find out where this rehearsal hall thing at. I finds out, pulls up to the rehearsal hall, I get out, I go to rehearsal hall, first person I see is 50. Like, yo, bang, bang. He's like, yo, let me take you to meet Jim. So he took me back to meet Jim Sheridan. And Jim was looking me up and down. He's like, yeah, I know this guy. He wants a big part. I know he wants, I'm thinking, these fucking so, everybody's nice. I know this guy, he wants a big part. He talking to his assistant and all that. He was like, I'm gonna see what we got. I'm gonna talk to you. Take his number down and I'll meet with you like in a day or two tomorrow, maybe the next day, something like this. Okay, cool. So we walk out. I thank 50, man. Thank you, man. Boom. Now I'm fucking static. I know I'm in this fucking movie. We go out. I go out with Omar and them that night, and at a BC. I can't think of his name now, but you know.
Oh,
Terrence Howard is there.
yeah.
They get spending money at the club. I'm like, yo, and they all got rental cars. They stay in a nice fucking hotel suite type of apartment shit. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna stay on the fucking. I can't wait. I'm just taking all my shit out.
Static.
So they called me to meet with Jim, and he want me to come to his apartment. And I get up early to fucking do this shit. I'm excited. I get up early. Mind you, I find the street, but the street is the same street I'm on. And then once I figured out, we were staying next, side by side. He stayed in this building, I was staying in this hotel, right side by side. Like, yo, this is a sign. So then, when he's walking down the street, and he happened to see me on the street, like standing in front of the building, and we go upstairs, and we talking, and I had my CD player with my, you know, they had the CD player with the fucking, with the screen. So
CD player with the screen.
So the CD player, you put the CD in, and they got the screen. It could play like if you have a if you got a DVD, it play a DVD. Did I say CD? I meant DVD. The DVD.
Oh, okay, and it's like the little one.
Yeah,
okay,
it was like my reel. It's kind of like my reel.
Yeah.
And all it was like the Beyonce video. There's a Mini Men video. Like it was really a bunch of videos.
Okay,
I ain't had no acting shit. I had the videos.
You had no portfolio from acting yet.
So he's like, damn. And we was at his house like, damn, why didn't I meet you before? This is what he's saying this shit with his Irish accent. Like, why didn't I meet you before? Because I got this guy, he's coming in, he's having a problem coming in. He's a rapper from London, and I hired him for the film. He's having a problem coming, and if he don't come, you know, like, I'll gladly give you his role, is what he said. He said, I tell you what, come to rehearsals today. Come to rehearsal at 2 o'clock, whatever o'clock it was. And I was like, okay, cool. So he said, me come to rehearsal. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I said, yeah, go to rehearsal. So I go to rehearsal. Everybody, all of the main players in the movies in this rehearsal. Terrence Howard, the chick with the gun, the kid, the Colombian niggas and all that shit. Everybody in there, they just going over little things, taking bits in here and finding little things. And see, I don't even want to claim this, but I will say it. Fuck that. No, because I thought I was gonna be this dude, and he was like a Jamaican, like the dude. You know what I'm saying?
But you gonna play Jamaican?
Yeah, because they was like, because he didn't have to be like. In the film, he was Jamaican, but he wasn't over it. He was Jamaican though, but nah. When we was in the rehearsal, they didn't have a name for him. They was like, what do we call him? I was like, shit, Rude Boy. And in the movie, they call him Rude Boy. They call him Rude Boy in the movie. I'm on that, because I did say that, motherfucker. Right. They had the cameras. We could rewind that shit. Yeah, they called him Rude Boy. But after that rehearsal, it was 2 hours. After that rehearsal, Jim came up to me and he said, yeah, like, you know, it looks like our guy is coming, and, you know, right now at this moment, I don't have nothing for you. He said, maybe in 3 months when we go to New York, maybe I'll have something for you there, but just here, I don't have nothing for you. I'm like, nah, dude, nothing. He's like, nah. And right then I understood, so then I found Fifth, I thanked him, I told him what Jim said just in case he could. But you know what I mean? It's all written. Like, it's high level, so, like, you know what I mean? So, boom. So I kept that in mind about that fucking 3 months. And then I kept in touch with Omar, and I told him to tell me when they was going to New York. So they went to New York actually in like 2 months, 2.5 months. He said, yeah, we in New York. We here, we in New York. And I got a flight to New York. And what I did was, my daughter was about 14, and she lived in Jersey. I bought her not in order not to bring one of my guys because I didn't want it to look, niggas, motherfuckers don't fuck with me. Niggas don't fuck with niggas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you bring a kid with you, they like,
it's a
okay,
little
it's
different.
less, the tension is down and all that shit. So what wound up happening was I went to Omar's hotel. Omar had an interview and he was wrapped. He had an interview on set, he was wrapped. He got in the van with him. He's like, look, once we get there, like, I like, look, Jose, because I don't want to embarrass me in front of my kids.
Yeah.
We got to hang, right? Kid don't know what's going on. So we get there, and I got out the van. I peeped that Omar bounced, and I see Jim. So I go straight to the gym. You know what I mean? Beeline in the gym, but my daughter's like chilling in the wings. You know what I'm saying? And I said, Jim, he said, what's up? It's Malik, you told me to come. He didn't remember me. At first, he didn't remember. Like, he was busy. He was, and I was like, no, listen, I just came from LA. I caught the plane. Listen, I'll be an extra. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be an extra in this. Like, I just, I came from LA.
Like, you gotta do something for me.
He's like, well, just let me think. I may have. I just, I don't want to promise you. He was clouded. And so I just kind of
But he really
chilled.
was thinking about it, though.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. The way he was kind of dismissing, brushing me off a little bit. I don't fucking know. It wasn't the same love like before. This way he wants a big pot. It wasn't that. It wasn't that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't remember that much. So then, me and my daughters, we there, and I'm like, damn, now I'm a little bit like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to just be patient. So at some point, the motherfucking big truck come. 2 big trucks come, and now they put in the barricades. When the trucks came, they put the barricades right on cue. 50 jump out, boom. And I make sure I'm in the eye line. You know what I mean? Like, you can see me. We got out, and he seen me like, yo, big. Boom. Saying, I like, this my daughter. This your daughter? Cause you, damn, you got a daughter this old? Damn. He gave her a hug, boom. Like, yo, we sat down, the 3 of us. And now he was talking to us. Like, we talking about this, that. He talking about the movie, talking about all kinds of cool shit. And my daughter's like really impressed. Like, she can't believe I like this damn. She thought she was gonna see like, it's 50. Like, she know what the fuck expect. But it wasn't like what she thought it was gonna be.
It wasn't.
And there was all these kids behind the barricades screaming and fucking like, we sitting there. And then Curtis, he gets my, does he get my number again from his assistant? Yeah, get my number again from his assistant. I felt good. I leave. You know what I mean? We bounce. 2 days later, I get a call. They said, listen, it's Curtis Hanson, Jim Sheridan's office. They want to know if you would like to play the young Marcus. He gives, the gun dealer gives young Marcus his first handgun. I was like, hell fucking yeah. Right. But I had to go to SAG and give up $250 because I owed SAG dues before I could shoot. So I went, and while we was there talking, my daughter asked him, she asked him for some tickets to the concert, to the anger management tour, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's anger management at the time.
I was like, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, and all that shit. So of course she feeling like that. So when I get the set, he's rapped, and he see me and like I thank him again, all that shit. And I was like, look, real quick, I'm like, look, my daughter killing me about them tickets, like I don't know, is that a real thing? He's like, yeah, he gave me a number to call. So I had her mother calling. She was my assistant. Get the tickets. So we figured out that we could get the tickets anywhere. So I wound up having the tickets for LA. So, and it's the one thing that what I love about 50 that I could never ever be like, he put me in power or this, that. I could never be mad because he did something that was so fucking cool. You understand? We go to the show in wherever the fuck, West Bubble fuck out here. It wasn't LA. It was somewhere out. And we go to the show, and I tell my daughter, like, let's go backstage, because, it was Mobb Deep. It was every fucking body. The whole shit. And I know a few people, you know what I'm saying? So we get there, see M, boom, introduce him to my daughter, see a bunch of people. Mobb Deep, they take a picture with this one, that one. And then 50 come off the stage, and he seen me. The first thing he said to me was, where's she at? I was like, oh shit. He's like, where's she at? And I was like, right here. She's like, see, and he looked at me like, see, I told you that I was going front, then you thought I was going front. That was fucking dope. I was the man. Come on. I was the man.
That's everything. Right
Come
there.
on, man.
Come on.
It was so fucking crazy. Gave a hug to me.
Give it up
shit
to
was
me.
dope. You know what I'm saying? Shit was dope. And then 50 wound up hiring me again, and for one day he sent me out to fucking West Bubblefuck, Michigan. We did this movie called Gun. You know what I mean?
Did that come out?
I think it did. I never seen it.
Or did it go straight to DVD? I
It
remember
did,
that.
but it was quick, and I never seen it. And then while we was on set, somebody came and got me to go see him, and he was talking about this film and he wanted to do. He's like, "Yo, me and you play brothers." Blah blah blah. It was the one that things fall apart where he lost the weight.
Oh, you're in that one?
No, it didn't happen because the director wanted to go a different way because he's like, oh, stature is like both the same, big back, broad. Like his brother was like the contrast of night and day. Him and his brother when you see the film. So it didn't happen, but that was cool. And one of the coolest things too. So one day I was in the gym and he called me. He's like, "Yo, where you at?" I was like, "I'm at the crib." I was in the gym, right? I'm at the crib. He's like, "Yo, send me your address. I'm send a car to pick you up. Come up to my crib." Nigga, I ran to the crib, got the shower, got my shit right. Fucking Rolls Royce, fucking outside in front of the crib. Nobody outside.
Wow.
No neighbors, nothing. I come out the door, open the door, the back door, all the cool shit. Nobody outside, desolate assholes. So, so I go to his crib, and this where it's just like it was like a day with 50. I didn't get home till about 2:30 in the morning, but it was seeing how all the shit that he was doing throughout the fucking day, man. He did a fucking lot, nigga.
Wow.
It was so much. So we was at the crib at first. He's getting a haircut. Now this, I'm trying to get the. Now at this point, I don't know him. I'm trying to get to know him, trying to build some type of camaraderie.
Yeah.
He getting his hair cut, and you know what I mean. We talking a little shit here, this, that, and then Mayweather call. They on the speakerphone. They chopping it up. They talking about this one, that one, this shit, that cool shit. And then one time, at one point, I felt like Tony Montana. Remember when Tony was at Frank's house?
Yeah.
And the girl was on the elevator.
Coming down.
Oh my God, no.
Tony, look up and see the Bella. See the guy.
You hear the music in your head right there.
The difference was, right, she was on a balcony. It was like a balcony, like up here at the thing. She was on the balcony. I seen her, she was on the balcony standing there, and I could see the curvy. And I would not look up.
Who was it?
I didn't know. Who was it? What do you mean, who was it? The chick?
Yeah, the chick was this girl?
Oh,
you
just
don't
a
know?
chick out there.
It was a girl that, you know, God, you know what I mean? It was one of his people. You know what I'm saying? But in LA, you can't look at the girl. You can't be in somebody's house and look at the fucking girl.
Right.
You gotta understand, that's rule number uno. You know, that was just having respect because I knew where I was at. You know what I mean? Because you can play yourself very easily and wonder, why didn't they call me back? Why don't fuck with me no more? You know what I mean? You might have said too much to the girl or looked too many times.
Right.
You really gotta have fucking, you know what I mean?
That's real shit.
You got to have some horse blinders on.
Nigga, that's real shit. Then we jumped in the fucking Ferrari, the Lambo, whatever one of them shits was, and we drove down fucking, we driving down La Cienega, and I'm like, damn, I'm with 50. Nigga, if niggas run up on us, nigga, we fighting, nigga. This what it is, nigga. I was already set in my head, this is what it was, because it was that's what the atmosphere was.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We went down to his office, he showed me around the office, he had his new office, blah, blah, blah. Went back up to the crib, he did some funny video, money shit. He was just doing his everyday shit, meetings, cool shit. And then we went to, it was the AFM happening. Went to go see the AFM, he had an office there. Then went to a party thing, you know, one of the producing partners, it was a whole fucking lot. Nigga, I was tired as hell when I got home. This was before power, all that. You know what I mean? It was pre-power and all that good shit.
It's about to stop? You want to stop it and then start it again?
No, I'm just keep going.
Okay.
Depending on how much time y'all got left. That's up to y'all.
All right. So,
I'm stopping now.
so what's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
Oh shit, what's next? As far as what, the film?
Yeah. Because I know you had the podcast too, and the film first. What's filming?
A couple films. I got a few films coming out. One is a pretty big one. It's called Aftershock. It's the if you remember Sean Bell in Queens, of course y'all do.
Of course we know. Come on now.
Yeah, R.I.P. Sean Bell. It's this story is pretty much what happened, but it's told through his fiance.
Nicole.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's real dope.
That's dope.
And I play Mr. Pope. Her father.
Her father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me. You had a podcast too, right?
Yeah.
What's do you still plan on talk about that first, because I want to know if you're still planning on trying to do a podcast.
Absolutely still trying to do a podcast. I have everything in the vault. I have the Rodecaster, I have the computer, I got 5 mics. I don't have no cameras, but I invested probably like $8,000 into, you know what I mean, with like bringing on gas and feeding them. But like, yes, I still want to do it because I like being vocal and I like having something to say or having an opinion, you know. It's a game of chess, learning how to edit yourself before you fucking say the wrong thing.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
God. Yes. Yes, and the more opinionated you are, you fucking went too far. You know what I'm saying? The shit is like a rabbit hole where you go, you really want this person, but it just somehow you do something else and say something the wrong thing. And like, these podcasts have real world effects. So when you start putting out the product, it affects other celebrities, and you really gotta have, well, not even just celebrities, but people in their neighborhoods and stuff, because we don't record just, you know, actors or celebrities. We record everyday people. So, like if we record a gangster or something like that, and they telling their story.
So nigga, I had 9,000 in the bag. I had to murk the nigga. That's what is happening, nigga. Fuck that nigga.
But it'll be somebody on the other side who'll be like, nah, that's bullshit. And be like, oh my God, that's not, I didn't say that. You said that. What I'm supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his truth. I don't know.
It's called, you know, it's called embellishing. You know what I mean? It's what we like. Honestly, I was skipping around with so much because there is a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of things that I can say, like, wow, the irony of things, like, you know, being on my bunk bed and fucking, bunk bed, you know what I mean? And this bunk bed, it's fucking three of them shits, you know, we had 3. One top, the middle, and the motherfucking bottom. You had all that shit. So, you know, listening to the college radio and hearing all the hip hop, hearing Onyx for the first time, Slam, Throw Your Guns in the Air, all this shit like Pete Rock, Reminisce. Nigga, y'all don't understand, nigga, how you fucking like, nigga, you be on your bunk like just like Mary J. Blige, you remind me that this was a pivotal time. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? OPP is like OPP, and then I got locked up. I didn't get to feel none of that. And it's crazy how shit work. Because me, Stick, Fredro's like, I mean, been knowing them for 20 years. Wow. We did all kind of cool shit together. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, I never thought I would know them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's the irony of how these things work, the mechanics of it. And that's why, like, I'm a firm believer. The man at the bottom is, in a weird way, is a sole controller. He can control the board. You at the fucking bottom. You more hungrier. You thirsty for the thing. Nigga, let me tell you something. That story I told you about going to Canada and going to Detroit, do you understand how methodical? Like that's not no like, oh yeah, I went to Canada and then I fucking got the rental car and then I fucking drove to Toronto. I didn't know where the fuck I was going. Nigga, I did that shit on instinct because I knew if I connect this and that, and I knew I could do it. And when that motherfucker walk up on the 10th hour, nigga, it's gonna look like I just walked up. Like, it ain't nothing. Like, boom. That's the game. When you with the low, man, you can beat them. I became the manager of Fat Farm because I wasn't late, because I was early. And not because I knew fucking how to manage any fucking thing. But I learned. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just up for the challenge, and I believed. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the key. Like, that's why we talked about the podcast that I had, because when I see what you guys are doing, and it lightly remind me of like what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a little banter, like, yeah, this, that, all the shit. The thing is, I'm gonna tell y'all this because nobody told us. Stay disciplined. Don't let an emotional argument fucking say, fuck you, nigga. Well, then fuck them niggas then. Fuck the camera. I don't need fuck them cameras. Then nigga ain't gonna let us use the camera, then fuck it. Fuck it. Don't do that. Because you're gonna get more by sticking together. People gonna respect you. They're gonna respect what y'all doing. Because you're gonna be consistently seeing your face, and they understand. Let the argument, treat it like you working for Sony, motherfucker. If they fucking told you was late and they was arguing with you, you got the job over there, you got the deal or whatever. You ain't gonna quit. You ain't gonna walk out on Sony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't wait till you have a boss that you won't walk on. You and your own bosses, and treat it as such. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be dual in your approach, meaning be a boss and a worker.
Yeah.
Understand what both of those that dichotomy is. You know what I mean?
We had all them conversations.
Yeah,
fact. We
it's
talk
real
about that
shit.
all the time.
It's real shit. Cause I'm sad that my shit is no more. Cause I was so proud of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, when I showed Clifton Powell, when I showed him the mistake about, he's like, man, you motherfuckers is crazy. I love you two motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, he was coming to the show. Like, we went to Tommy Davis's house. And shout out to Tommy Davis and, you know what I mean? Darius McQuarrie, Portia Cole, like many, like Tom Sizemore. We did his last interview. Tom Sizemore. Tom was very close. Very close friend. Huh?
He passed away.
Yeah.
Damn. You did his last interview?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one question about your the girl that put you on. The lady? What, are you still in contact with her?
Oh, check this out. Yes, that's a good question. Thank you. Yes. So I did this short film called C'est La Vie. When I started going to France, we didn't even talk about none of that, but when I started going there, I got inspired. I wanted to shoot a film. I love the landscape, everything. I got inspired. So I shot this film, and I wound up bringing it to the film festival in Newark, the first film festival they had. And the woman from the prison, her and her husband came. They watched the film, and then, like, I was giving out posters and shit, and then her husband came up to me in front of her. He's like, Malik, man, how did I know you were so romantic? I would have never left you alone. That was the fucking best. That was the best. He's like, how did I know you were so romantic?
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, but she always, like, we've been friends ever since, like, and she's always, as a matter of fact, that's what she did. She had a passion for, one time, okay, because I felt so much pressure about, like, when she would pick me up and take me, like, to buy a suit or buy a buy a shirt, I would feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, and one day I exploded on her. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck you want from me? Like, I just bugged out because I was too much pressure from people saying shit. And she said, Malik, I had a good life. I just want to share with you. I want you to have a good life. I want you to see what's out there. Like, she just broke that shit down where I understood. I never went there again.
Yeah.
And I learned that. And what I learned was she helped a lot of people. She helped a lot of people. Like, a lot of people.
That's dope.
That's what she do.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nice.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Helen Peluso.
Give a shout out to Helen Peluso.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cookie Helen Peluso. Yeah. Yes. And that's the other side of, you guys know this, but that's the other side of that's why, like, black folks, we not like a monolith. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody that don't look like you, not from your culture, not from your background, will help you or go to the end of the earth and help you. And,
Yeah.
you know, point you in a direction that you it was always right there, but you just didn't fucking see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, you gotta respect those type of things, because a lot of times we in so much competition with ourselves that we don't pass them jewels.
That's a
down.
fact.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, and that's what I mean, he taught me things where I kind of pass it on to other cats too, because
Yeah.
And you should pay
appreciate
forward,
yeah,
yo.
for sure.
Really do.
You got anything left for him?
I'm proud of your career, your story.
Man, we gotta come back.
Coming
'Cause you know,
through.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
gotta come
saying?
back. You gotta
Appreciate
come
you,
back.
though. You don't know how
I'm
much
glad that you
appreciate.
want to come back. You have
Word,
to.
word,
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
G, you got anything?
Yeah, we definitely gotta get you back, man. Get another
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
in.
man, 'cause
Thanks
we-
for coming
I-
to the Thanks for Asking podcast, man. We really appreciate that, man.
Thanks for having me.
That's a
No,
fact. That's a fact.
Cheers.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I feel like this is part one because
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still so much we got to get
wanna
to and stuff
uncover,
like
right.
that and
Yeah.
cover, and you know
Yeah.
your storytelling is so great. So it would be an honor for you to come back and
So
stuff
it's been
like
over
that.
2 hours right here.
Yeah,
man.
we
Yeah,
killing
word, word.
Right.
It was informative, though.
It really
It
was.
really
man.
was.
It was captivating despite my.
Everybody had
Occasional-
But you gotta think it's super late though, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It was late.
Your shit funny, though.
You gonna see yourself.
I edited, so I'm definitely gonna see that shit. Because like, oh my god,
It's all good, though.
It's
Yeah,
all
man.
good. Hey, listen,
Yo.
man, it was a good time. I really, you know what? It's because I got so many experiences. Like, it's really like incredible, to be honest. Like when I talk about it, it really.
Yeah.
I've been to Europe 26 times.
Wow.
God damn.
You know what I mean? But all that, we could talk about that prison shit and all that shit.
Yeah.
And we could kind of get lost there.
Yeah.
But there's a whole nother.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about like allowing this lady to show me. And
Yeah.
like, look, she showed me the tip of the iceberg. She gave me some wings. I just flew off. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? I just started doing all this other shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you know.
This is Detox Jones. This is Bug Out. This is G-Vast. Prom was over there. This is Malik Barnhardt, and you're now watching the Thanks for Asking podcast.
Yo, we rolling? Yo, oh, hold on. Yo, what up? It's your man Malik Barnhardt. You are now watching the Thanks for Asking podcast. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. You dig?